All right, welcome back to the Awareness Channel. My name is TC. So I got my notes with me today because I really don't want to miss none of my talking points while I'm talking my shit. But today, before I went to work this morning, I'm checking out the Majority Report podcast with a guy named Sam Cedar. Got a big podcast. I don't know, a couple million subscribers, whatever. One of them guys. Now, this morning, when I was checking them out, I could have swore them they said something. They got me thinking. They were talking about that raid that ICE did a couple of days ago in Chicago when they raided that apartment building. Now, they said that the owner or owners of that apartment building was, there was some skullduggery going on there because the owner was either an individual or an investment company that had bought up a lot of properties, and those properties, some of them anyway, were in need of some serious work, some serious repair. They were getting old. And they were getting codes violations and all that shit. They was getting fines and stuff. So they was renting these apartments to low-income people, right? And this particular building was in bad shape. The landlord needed to do something. So the landlord did it in his head, according to Chicago news outlets now. You could go find, I tried to find the story, but the podcast is still up. Dude was in trouble. He was getting hit with fines, all that. So, and he said that he had to come up with an idea to, either save this building and make a little money or something. So he comes up with this idea. He calls up the ICE agents, the local office or whatever. They in town anyway, them and the National Guard. He calls them up. He tells them he done lost control of his building. He ain't got nothing up in there but a bunch of illegals and gang members. And they done took over his property. And could they come clear his building out, blah, blah, blah. So the ICE agents, they love this. Because this give them a chance to use, all them new toys they bought with all that money they got from Donald Trump. They can't wait. They want to make a big show out of it too. They got goddamn cameras. They documenting the whole thing. They probably gonna make a little goddamn movie out of it if they haven't already. Anyway, they come in with, they rappel down to the building. They come in with helicopters. And they make, like I said, they make a big show of it. They raid the building because the landlord told them that, that's what's up in there. Gave them the tip his own self. They get in there and they tear the whole place up. They don't just knock on the door and tell everybody to get out. No. They blow the door off the motherfucking hinges. Tear people's apartment up. Pulled everybody out. Zip-tied the men. Zip-tied the women. Zip-tied the children. Babies now. In the middle of the motherfucking night. ICE agents do this shit. And like I said, they haul off 30, 40 fucking people. Tell everybody else they can go back inside after 2-3 hours or whatever. They done tore their shit all up. Totally destroyed the building. So now, aside from the human factor, the landlord has a goddamn insurance claim or something. Because they hauled off all these people. And they only actually kept one person. Everybody else had to get let go. They detained 30, 40 people, took them out of there, had to let them all go except one. According to what they were saying this morning, if I heard them correctly. I always have to say that shit because, in case I got it wrong. I have been wrong before. Not very often, but it does happen. I mean, I didn't think Trump was going to get elected either, but I'll leave that alone. They come in with all of that, do all that, tear all that up. Now the landlord gets some motherfucking paper. Because he either got to fix his building, he either got to condemn his building and sell it or whatever, or gentrify the motherfucker. Either way, he going to get paid off this fake, and all his fines and all of that shit goes away. And it's a big ass hustle. And the people who live in the fucking apartment is getting used. So that a bunch of rich people can get richer. And a bunch of white boys or whatever can make, their little video film, and everybody gets paid. Except for the poor people who live in the fucking building. And get dragged out the house in the middle of the night and humiliated. Now, I don't know if any of that shit is true. I don't know. It might be bullshit. But I'm from upstate New York. That kind of shit happens all the time. Maybe not on this scale. They ain't got goddamn, I think it was Black Hawk helicopters or whatever. And they ain't got goddamn military. These motherfuckers was military down. Looked like they was in goddamn Fallujah. I'm from upstate New York where that shit happens all the time. All kind of skullduggery, real estate schemes, arson rackets, all that shit. All to get paid. Because at the end of the day, that's all it's about. That's all any of these people care about is making money off the distress of these fucking poor people. And that's how it's going to be for the next 3 years. But there's some light at the end of the motherfucking tunnel. Saturday, they're having the No Kings demonstration, part 2. And a whole bunch of people are going to be out in the streets. And I'm thinking, that's what it's going to take. Now, I hope it doesn't get ugly. I hope no parts of it nowhere get ugly. But them goddamn ICE agents and them goddamn National Guards people, not so much the National Guard people, but them ICE agents, they're some agitating motherfuckers. And they'll have agent provocateurs all throughout that motherfucker, deliberately trying to start some shit. Now, I don't want it to come to that, but I do believe in my heart of hearts that it's going to have to get ugly before it gets pretty. Because right now, ICE is out of control. And motherfuckers is making money hand over fist off these little scams that everybody running. Like I said, I'm from the land of that shit. I know. I was just there walking through the raindrops. I ain't getting involved in none of that shit. But I knew a bunch of people that did it. I know a bunch of white boys that did shit like that. But anyway, these are the times that we living in. Y'all, thanks for coming by listening to me talk my shit. Check out the No Kings 2 demonstration. It's going to be a motherfucker. And I will catch y'all on the next one. TC, and I'm out. Peace. Oh, welcome to my space, all the new subscribers. I come here 2, 3, 4 times a week and talk my shit. And I see it like I see it. Now, I don't debate with nobody, and I don't do much in the comment section. But if you just want to hear some shit put down in a way you can understand, in a common sense kind of way, come check out TC. Hit the subscribe button. I'll catch y'all on the next one. TC, and I'm out. Peace.